Hi, welcome to Tales Beyond the Grave and welcome back to another video. Now, last time you saw me, I was down in the East End of London filming Jack the Ripper locations and the Blind Beggar. Well, today I'm back up here in the northwest and I'm just in a place called Ashton in Makerfield, which is just near Wigan. And I'm here to, the church behind me is St.Oswald and St.Edmund Arrowsmith Church. And I'm here because when I do churches, I always like to find something with a connection to the church or something inside the church which is special. Now this church is just behind me there. You might not be able to see it, but I'll take you around and show you anyway during the video. And the reason I'm here today is because it holds a macabre but saintly artifact within the church. So just watching where I'm going here because it's quite packed in. The graveyard is quite a packed in graveyard, as you can see just around me there. So if you watch the rest of the video, I'll let you know what's special about this church and what secret does the church hold inside. Like I say, I'm in Ashton in Makerfield. There's a population of around 26,000 here, and we're about 22 miles from the centre of Manchester. Now the name Ashton derives from the Old English word meaning farmstead where ash trees grow, and the name is also recorded in 1212 under the name of Eston. Now before the word Makerfield was added, which was a Celtic word for wall or ruin, or meaning open land. And Ashton in Makerfield is the heart, or was the heart, of the coal mining industry back in its day. And around here alone there was 13 collieries around here, but this church holds a fantastic secret inside which I'm going to tell you about. And also the area was it had extensive collieries, cotton mills, potteries, and it was also the industry of making hinges, nails, locks, files, things like that. And one company alone was called Thomas Compton and Sons, and that employed over 1,200 employees during its time as in the Industrial Revolution. Really, it's since been demolished, and at one point it was a prisoner of war camp for Italian captured prisoners of war, and also these days it's now where high schools are built, or sorry, have been built on top of it, and high schools stand where the factory once stood. So the first Catholic chapel was built here in 1822, and the building you can see there is relatively new, really, and it's a grade 2 listed building, and the present one, as you can see, was built around the 1920s, and the church was opened, the foundation stone was laid in around 1925, and finally the church, what you can see today, was opened in 1930. Now the church, it's absolutely stunning, with turrets and 3 copper domes on top of the roof. Now the copper domes at one point would have been copper, but after years of patina up there, they've now turned this lovely verde-green colour. And the labour to build this church was used of local unemployed people during the depression of the unemployment era of the 20s and the 30s. So they used local people, and they built the church in Darley stone, or Darleydale stone, or Parbold stone as it says, and it's designed in a Romanesque style by architect J.K. Brocklesby. Now the bell tower is a notable sort of like a landmark around here because of its green copper roof, and the interior is supposed to be so stunning, it's unbelievable. I wish I could get in to show you with the windows. The stained glass windows are fantastic in there, and also a marble altar, and the windows were designed by Harry Clark. Now just have a look at this to our left, to my right, and this is the shrine of Saint Bernadette. As you know, this is a Catholic church, and that is absolutely stunning. Look at that. And just at the front of the church, I'll put you a picture on just to show you, is the statue of St.Oswald, and he gazes down on the congregation. And also to his right is a turret of pointed stone, and it's similar to Notre Dame, the church, the Cathedral of Notre Dame. And the architect was influenced by the French Romanesque style architecture of the time, so that's why he took little ideas what he saw over in France while he was studying being an architect. And it's such a stunning church, this. I'm sorry I can't get right round it, but you can get some idea of how good this church is. And as I say, it was built by unemployed men and women from the area during the Depression of the 20s and the 30s. Now, the reason I'm here today is because I always try and find you a church which has a bit of history connected to it. Now, this church has got a fantastic piece of history within the church itself, and I'll tell you about that now. So I always try to bring you, when I do a church, especially a church, an interesting fact connected to this church. Now, this is St.Oswald and St.Edmund Arrowsmith Church, and the reason I'm here is because within the walls of the church, in a silver casket, is a hand of St. Edmund Arrowsmith. Now, St. Edmund Arrowsmith was a Catholic priest, and he was loyal to his faith. And during the Elizabethan times, he was betrayed by a member of the Catholic Church, and he was arrested and taken to Lancaster, where he was tried and sentenced to be executed. Now, the execution at that time for a Catholic priest was not a quick, straightforward hanging. It was hung, drawn and quartered, and you probably heard that expression before, but it's an actual macabre, horrible execution where they hang you to within an inch of your life and take you down. They cut open your stomach and intestine, they pull everything out. That's the drawing. They draw everything out and leave you to die there, and as you sort of like on your last breath again, that is when they chop you up with swords or axes into 4 quarters, and each quarter of the body is sent across England to the corners of England, the final corners of England, and that is where the expression hung, drawn and quartered is. Now, a member of the Catholic religion, while the body was waiting to be transported, sneaked up in the middle of the night, took a knife and chopped off the hand of Edmund Arrowsmith, and that is why he was chopping off. He was becoming a martyr for the cause of the Catholic faith, and he was given a saintism as well. And they kept his hand, and how it ended up here, I don't really know how it ended up here, but the story is it's in a silver casket within the church, and that's why the church is named after St. Edmund as well. So it's a macabre thing to hold in a church, but when you think of it, the faith, the Catholic faith, has got the hand of a saint stored in a silver casket within this church. It'd be very interesting to go in and maybe see it one day. I can put some pictures up. I think I've got a picture of it I can place on here just to show you. But the hand of a saint is held within the church. So we'll come to the end of the video, and I want to say a big thank you to a lady who watched me on YouTube at the Winnick Church, you know, the pig church, and she's from around these parts, and she told me about this church here, look at that one there, and that it holds the hand of a saint in a silver casket. So thank you very much for that. It's an interesting one, and I do like to find churches. I love walking around churchyards, graveyards, cemeteries, especially churches, as good as this. And I've got a list as long as my arm where I'm going, or what I'm going to do in the future. I'm not too sure, So if you like the video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you like, you don't have to do, it's up to yourself. Give us a follow, give us a share if you would as well. It all helps to the channel, and it gives me the encouragement to go out there and bring you interesting churches and facts like this one today at St. Oswald and St. Edmund Arrowsmith Church in Ashton in Makerfield. Now, I don't know where I'll be going on the next one, but I'll let you know when I get there. So thanks for watching. Bye.